Okay, so we've gone to the South Bay, we've gone to Southern California. Let's take it back here, closer to home, San Francisco Bay Area. San Leandro, California, to be exact. 665 Bancroft Avenue. That would be the address of Miryam and James, the comic shop. On the phone is Lee Lewis. Lee, welcome to the Geek Radio Show.
Thank you. Good to be here.
So we'll talk about Free Comic Book Day in just a few minutes. Before we do that, we get it from everybody else. So let's get the story, the history of the comic shop.
Well, the comic shop's been here in San Leandro for, at least a couple decades or more. It's gone through a couple of owners. Right now, the owners are Miryam and Jane. And we've been, like I said, been here for a couple decades. Kind of a shop that's moved around San Leandro, but stayed here as our local comic shop. So that's what we are, your local friendly neighborhood comic store.
How long have you been there?
I've been here for about a decade myself.
Okay.
So, yeah, been a nice long while.
Yeah.
So.
Has the comic shop always participated in Free Comic Book Day?
Yeah, ever since the first inception, kicked off with Spider-Man 1, I think it was, right? And then every year after is just, the benefit is too great. I mean, plus we give away free stuff, which is awesome, There's nothing more great than making customers happy and bringing in new customers, too. So, and also we use, one thing that actually is really cool about it is because, the extra books left over we take and we give away on Halloween. So, it becomes like a second free comic shop day for us. So, the second free comic day for us is our Halloween thing. So
yeah, my two favorite holidays, Free Comic Book Day and Halloween.
Exactly, trick or treat, and we got some treats.
Yeah, and have you noticed, ever since Free Comic Book Day started, have you noticed that there's more, besides the regulars, newer readers coming into your store?
Yeah, I mean, it's I think it's the perfect way to hook them in, Some come out for like some of the promo stuff, I know by this year Green Lantern will be big, so as will Thor, so we'll come and look for particularly for that stuff.
Right.
And, it's, I think, one thing, people come to the crowd. They see the crowd and like, what's going on here? And they come in, and then they get actually introduced to a whole new world of books, of reading that never ever really thought of before. So it's really, it's a gateway drug day or gateway comics day. And I definitely get new readers in, and particularly new readers to new genres in comics. So, somebody gets a chance to look at something from Vertigo they never really thought before, but they've been reading superhero comics for so long, and now they get a chance to look at Fables or some other, book they didn't normally get a chance to look at. And, so it's a gateway within the industry, within the readers already, and also great for bringing new readers.
And from your point of view, has it been younger readers or older or in between?
It's a mix. I think the older readers cross over to new stuff on Free Comic Day. The younger readers are definitely just kind of coming into it totally new. Some are reading, they're reading the manga or whatever, and this is kind of a way to get them introduced to American comics, which is great. But they definitely, they're new to comics, so to American comics for sure, and that's always great to see the younger crowd in.
Yeah, and when you speak to your regulars, have any of them left comics, reading, buying them, obviously? And have they come back because of Free Comic Book Day or for any other reason? Have they been slowly coming back?
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing. I mean, after the last couple of years, especially with, the kind of the economy the way it's been, and we've lost some regular readers and regular customers. And, it's great to see them throughout the year, but then Free Comic Day shows up and they're, we definitely see faces that we have not seen for months. So now it was a couple of years, though. And, it's just great to know that they're still keeping in touch with the industry. They're just, just not buying books every week. And hopefully Free Comic Day will kind of rope them back in to reading regularly.
Lee, you've been at the comic shop for 10 years now in San Leandro. Were you yourself a comic book reader before working there?
Yeah, I mean, that's why I started working here, I started reading for my brother. He used to shop here first, and so I didn't need to go to the shop because, he'd bring comics home, and I'd read his comics. And then once he moved out, I didn't have any books to read, so I started shopping in the comic shop. And after a while of that, I got out of high school and I was offered a job. So that's how I started. I was kind of a casual reader, and became a more serious reader after that, for sure.
Not related to the store, but you as a comic book reader, do you see the digital comics eventually taking over the real thing?
It's hard to say. I think for the younger generation, I think it's definitely more possible. For myself, I just can't get into it personally. If it's a book, a story I really want to read, I really like to have the feel of the book in my hand, and that's how I roll with that. It's such awesome. I know I've talked to people that love the idea of digital books, and then also people who just can't stand it, and that's kind of how it goes. Me myself, I don't enjoy them so much.
There you go. That's from a longtime comic reader. And Lee Lewis is also an employee at Miryam and James, the comic shop, 665 Bancroft Avenue in San Leandro, California. You can go to our website at geekspeakradioshow.com. The links are up on there. You can get all the information. May 7th, 2011. Don't forget, a free comic book day. Go in there, say hi to Lee and everybody else that will be there. Free comic books. Again, not all of them. There's a select few. Ask Lee. He'll be able to point out which ones are free that day. So Lee, thanks a lot. Yeah, thanks a lot. And we will see you on Free Comic Book Day.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, Lee.
Thank you, Henry.
All right. Have a good one.
All right. You too.